We've got fully interlock guarding, we've got touch sensitive strips, interlock guarding on the chuck so you can't leave the chuck key in, and all of these new health and safety features were available from Colchester Machine Tools. Strata's been operating for around 40 years, started out in plastic injection moulding, we've now diversified to rotary moulding and injection blow moulding. Well, health and safety is one of the most important issues at Strata. Companies' employees are the most valuable asset. In a modern manufacturing environment, you've got to work with a lot of fast-moving machinery. We've got robots, we've got overhead cranes, we've got hydraulic presses, so we need to make sure everything's guarded properly, everyone's trained to use the equipment, like a nice uncluttered environment so there's no trips and falls. Just basically keep all the employees safe as much as we can.
Ben, you don't see surface grinders these days with such extensive guarding. Now, can you explain what this is, please?
Yeah, this was a requirement from Strata Products, and in dealing with Ben, the engineering manager, it was quite apparent that safety was a number one priority. Now, at Colchester Machine Tools, we obviously supply your traditional grinders that are open to the elements, but you're finding more now that people want a controlled, safer environment, and therefore we, as an option, we could facilitate in covering the grinding table, and also you'll see that we've covered the ends of the table as well. So it really is a good, safe machine to work on.
Exactly, because sometimes I see the difference between a knee mill with a full guarding around it. There's no way you can get in there and get hit by anything. But with a surface grinder, normally with the little dish covers, the table's moving back and forth. That table's moving back and forth into thin air. Someone could sit there and get hit by it if they weren't paying attention.
Exactly, and hopefully this negates that, and we won't have a situation where there's any accidents on it. And as you can see, actually, it looks quite an attractive machine, and it's quite inviting to work on. But
yeah, it looks quite smart, doesn't it?
It's proving very popular.
The tool room's a critical and very busy part of the factory, as we have to maintain the moulds in working condition. When I joined the company around a year and a half ago, I noticed the machinery in the tool room was very out of date, almost antiquated, with hardly any health and safety features on. So I made it my mission to obviously get some new equipment in with all the latest up-to-date features on.
You guys have put in grinding machines, lathes, semi-automatic lathes, mills. There's a lot of safety features that have gone into these as a result of Strata's requirements.
Exactly.
There's also, even for the pillar drill, you've modified it to add some extra safety requirements.
Yeah, I mean, as standard you get the E-stop anyway and the chuck guard.
Yeah.
But again,
another
specification from Ben was the big red buzzer.
So you can hit that with your foot if something happens, and you could it turns straight off.
Exactly. So again, another option that we facilitated that was required.
Yeah, so some people might obviously overlook just a pillar drill, you're just drilling a couple of holes, but again, for Strata, safety is an absolute requirement. Now, again, standard manual lathe, this is what I've learnt on one of these as well, with a little chuck key guarding. Now, do these come as standard?
Yeah, this comes as standard. Also, you'll find that the guarding here also comes as standard. But again, in speaking with Ben and finding out what the application was all about, it was quite apparent that extra precautions needed to be in place.
And that's where this comes in.
This is another option that we facilitated. It's a bump stop, knee stop. It's got different names, but ultimately it does the same thing. It's a stop for the machine, another emergency stop.
So again, if something happens they don't particularly want to happen, they can just hit even without their hands, they can hit the knee.
Exactly.
Absolutely fine, no problems.
Exactly, and it's working fantastically well. And that's something that we fit at the factory at Ellen.
The issue with the old machinery that we had is, even though they were good machines and they still held the tolerances, they were just lacking in health and safety features, and a lot of the features that they had were no longer operable, such as interlock guards. The E-stops weren't functioning properly, they were in difficult to locate positions, the machines weren't fully enclosed, the filtration system on the grinder was non-existent, so we had a lot of bacterial growth in there. So what we've got now is we've got touch sensitive strips that you can operate, and E-stops that you can operate with your knee if your hands become incapacitated. We've got interlock guards, so the machine won't actually start unless that guard's in position. On the surface grinder, we've got a paper filtration system to stop the harmful materials going back into the coolant system, causing the bacterial growth in there. And all of these new health and safety features were available from Colchester Machine Tools with no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, so let's talk about the standard knee mill now. Now, these, again, these have been going for same kind of design for 50 years.
Exactly. What we've got on here obviously is the additional guarding, which again, not everybody wants. Old school engineers sometimes
They want to get in there, they want to be measuring stuff while it's
they
cutting.
can find it a bit of a hindrance, but ultimately it's there to protect.
It's all about the safety.
Exactly.
If they're going to save 30 seconds every day, then that might add up, but there's no point saving 30 seconds if, you know, something might happen.
And we've also got down there the emergency stop as well, which is at sensible height.
Again, that could be hit by your, can I hit it now? Yeah,
exactly.
That could be hit by your knee right there, so
exactly.
if you've not got any hands. So again, it's all about making sure that these are as safe as possible to use, because at the end of the day, CNC machines, you could walk around without safety boots, without glasses, they're all fully enclosed. With manuals, it's a completely different story.
Exactly, and like you keep mentioning, old style engineers want to get in there and have a look.
I'll undo that e-stop now.
We've got to come up to the modern standards and the modern way of thinking that we need to protect the engineers and the workforce. So, no, these are great options that we can provide.
And can you explain, so this is the last machine that you guys have installed at Strata, and could you explain what options there are on this for health and safety?
This is a unique one in the respect that there's nothing on this machine that is an option. This
You've got the standard interlocks.
This is standard, so it comes with the guarding, which from a tool room point of view, we're finding a lot of interest now.
And you're fully enclosed at the back as well.
Exactly, and it's a student lathe with a semi conversational control system, but it ultimately offers Ben Hyder the two things he wanted: compact footprint machine that's easy to use, but also fully guarded. And it's proving very popular now, this machine.
So this is the closest you can get to probably that fully enclosed CNC I was talking about on the tool room right now.
Exactly, exactly. And this could be the future, basically. And this is how things may look in tool rooms that will be more guarded and safer to use.
And the grinder might be the future as well.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the future.
Yeah, it does, definitely. It's a smart-looking service grinder.
Definitely. It's impressive.
Brilliant. So it's clear to me, obviously, Ben came in, he was looking at pushing the company forward in their health and safety practices, making sure that the employees were the critical aspect of their business, the employees' health and safety. And you guys have helped them to do that.
Yeah, we've facilitated and we've delivered on what we said we can do. It's been a good start to the relationship. Long may it continue. And fingers crossed there's zero accidents in the workplace.